Well, CryptoLocker hackers said, "Show me the money," and Swansea police did, but only after they reached out to the FBI and realized it was the only way they could get their files back. Evidence of this fire is right here behind these gates, but that's not the only thing investigators are looking at. They're also looking at what's over here, these cameras, hoping surveillance video might explain why there even was a fire. They only believe one man was responsible for these horrible crimes. Just take a look. This is the man they say is the suspect, Daniel Rodriguez. First, I want to talk about the damage from this explosion. It's very extensive. I'm going to step out of the way just so you can see what I'm talking about. You can actually look inside somebody's home. Popular songs like this one by Trinidad James, plus the two Molly-related deaths, is why UMass Dartmouth says it had to warn more people than just faculty and staff. Right now, librarians are teaching people how to make little figurines and toys like this, but their goal is to also teach them how to make things that are more practical, like maybe a cup or even a plastic coffee mug sleeve or top. After contacting the FBI, the Swansea PD decided it had to pay the ransom. But they couldn't just drive up to their local ATM, put in their card, and take out some money and give that to the ransomers. No, because they didn't want cash. Instead, they want Bitcoin. Whether it's spending too much time on their cell phones or digging around in their purse or bag for their keys, there's lots of ways for people to be distracted. They hope more students will take more time to be on the lookout, because you never know who might be lurking. The 87-year-old was born here in South Dakota. Then she moved to Nebraska. It took decades, but she finally made it to 49 states on her own. But she needed help to get to the 50th, right here in Rhode Island.
Ruby Oliveris is speaking exclusively to NBC 10.
She opens up to Sierra Putman about the terrifying seconds following the blast.
Ruby Oliveris hasn't left her daughter's side since the accident. That's the reason why I met with her from her daughter's hospital room, where we spoke about what she remembers and how her family's recovering.
She's just not the same baby, though. You know, she was always a play around, hyper happy baby, and now she can't do much. She's limited.
Limited but alive. It's a small miracle for Ruby Oliveris.
The fact that I almost lost my daughter, if it would have just been another minute, she would have been gone.
On Tuesday, Oliveris, her boyfriend Ruben Gonzalez, and their baby were inside their Pawtucket apartment.
Started out like any day.
While she was taking a shower, their home exploded, then caught fire.
I heard the blast. I opened the shower curtain, and I just saw all the fire and the ceiling down, and I heard the baby crying and Ruben screaming, and I just ran across the house to grab her. I started throwing the ceiling off her.
The baby was covered in debris and burning. Gonzalez took the brunt of the explosion, trying to protect his family.
He was trying to get us both out. It's just his hands were so burned. It was raw. But to know that he loves me enough to try and save me before himself, he's not going nowhere now. No, he's screwed. He's stuck in my family.
More than half of Gonzalez's body was burned. He's next door at Rhode Island Hospital. Oliveris says that morning he was baking brownies in the kitchen when something exploded, possibly natural gas. Didn't smell rotten eggs or anything?
Nothing.
Now the young mother is extra protective, hardly leaving her daughter's side. 8-month-old Leilani has toys to keep her busy. But the baby can't leave until her burns heal.
Thankfully, no surgeries.
Seeing her baby injured is torture.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
But Leilani is still here, unlike their home.
Memories that I'll never get back. The baby's favorite things. Everything was there.
Now she holds on to the simple joys.
She jumps in her crib and she gives us pow-pow. Pow-pow.
Little miracles to help her family recover. Family and friends are stepping in, hosting a donation drive tomorrow to help. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News. After an hours-long delay getting the word out to Kent County Water Authority customers, we decided to find out what another large provider would do in the same situation. If Providence Water gets an alarming result during routine testing, it has a plan in place to notify customers as soon as possible.
We're required to let the health department know when we fail one. So they'll know. But then there's another round. If it comes back as a bad sample again, out goes the message. And hey, guess what, Health Department? We had to send the message.
Contrast that to the timeline of events that happened last Sunday. At 9:30 in the morning, the Kent County Water Authority confirmed there was E. coli in a tank. At 4 p.m., it sent out the first press release. At 8 p.m., the State Health Department sent its own advisory, at least 11 hours after the test results came in. Both the Water Authority and health officials were criticized for their response. Providence Water, on the other hand, can respond almost instantly by calling customers directly. Say there was an emergency right now. Well, all they would have to do is put in a message and then hit send. Your message is sent. You can hear it.
This is the message from Providence Water.
Customers can also sign up online to have the information sent via text or email.
That's good peace of mind for them, and it's good peace of mind for us.
The Kent County Water Authority is now looking at a similar system. Rapid Notify has a reverse calling system ready to go.
We also gave them the offer to do a notification free of charge. So for them to try our system out live and to see how it works.
To please be advised that the boil water advisory is rescinded effective immediately.
The company is in talks with Kent County Water Authority about possibly becoming a client, a backup plan, in case there's another water alert. And the text and voice alert system works, can actually send a message directly to an exact street or neighborhood. But of course, it only works if you have a plan in place and you act quickly. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News. A night on the driving range might bore most kids, but not 4-year-old Braylon O'Neill.
He was obsessed with it when he was 1 year old. He saw it on TV.
Dad Michael O'Neill gets the ball, and Braylon gets his clubs.
An iron.
An iron.
Puddle.
After a few practice swings,
Take a deep breath.
he's ready to hit like a pro.
Golf is just another avenue for Braylon to gain a strong sense of self and to feel like he can accomplish something.
He's just like everyone else on the range, except he has prosthetic legs, the result of a rare genetic condition he was born with.
I mean, honestly, I think he just sees his legs as part of who he is.
On September 28th, he'll get to see other kids with amputees playing the game he loves at the first full swing golf day at Buttonhole Golf in Providence.
And they're going to have golf professionals come out and teach the kids and spend the day teaching them the game. And
Paula Klinowski and other students at the University of Rhode Island set up the event. They have room for 30 kids, and parents have until the 15th to sign up. For Buttonhole, it comes at the perfect time. And when the kids get here on the 28th, well, this yellow tape will still be in place. Why? Because Buttonhole is becoming one of the only completely accessible golf courses in the entire nation. The event will raise money for the changes, and Buttonhole will provide special golf clubs and a safe environment for kids to learn how golf can strengthen their bodies and minds.
When those young men and women hit that ball for the first time and it flies, it's just so emotional.
I think it's just going to be a priceless opportunity.
A priceless experience just a few swings away. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News. Well, if you think about it, 50 states is pretty impressive. And today, 87-year-old Emily Schaefer's daughter and 2 granddaughters were there at the state capitol to help mark the occasion.
Isn't it a pretty capital?
It really is.
Take the compliment, Rhode Island. 87-year-old Emily Schaefer's seen the 49 other states. With this visit to Providence, she's now been to all 50.
We've been to Missouri and Illinois, Wisconsin, Texas.
It's a goal she's had since before her grandchildren were born.
Every summer we took a vacation somewhere different. She had a journal. We kept track of all the states that we'd been in. Some of them we just cut the corners of or maybe just drove through, but they were all checked off the list.
Schaefer almost made it to Rhode Island years ago, but her husband wouldn't make the detour.
That's right. He said, oh, sometime we'll make that trip. But no.
The 87-year-old was born here in South Dakota. Then she moved to Nebraska. It took decades, but she finally made it to 49 states on her own. But she needed help to get to the 50th, right here in Rhode Island. Her granddaughter, Katie Pritchard, made it happen.
Yes, I just graduated from college, and this was the first trip I wanted to take.
And she did, and she said, I'll get you there, Grandma. I feel wonderful.
Seeing the excitement is priceless, especially now Schaefer's diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease.
It's an ugly disease. It's an ugly, ugly disease.
During the trip, you can see the signs.
But I have to remember what state this is.
Rhode Island.
We wanted to be sure and get her here before, while she could still enjoy it.
Enjoy she did.
Do you want a picture in front of the Capitol?
I would really like that.
Pictures like these will serve as reminders of this milestone, no matter this grandmother's state of mind.
Say it again and smile this time. Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
And the 3 generations of women are staying in Newport after visiting the Capitol today. They also decided to stop by Brown University. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News.